There's something in my teeth. Do we like the red lipstick with the red background?
So you can pull me from the dark.
Hi everyone, today I'm talking about Real Housewives of New Jersey, the season finale, and the first episode of the reunion. So finally in the season finale, we got the excitement and the craziness that I've been looking for all season long. Danielle finally went for it. She got into it with Margaret and I was living for it. Margaret was losing her fucking mind. Margaret has been unhinged a few times this season, and every time I see her like that, it just makes me like her even less. She really had some low blows for Danielle this week, and it was like to her face, and it was just so fucked up. The fact that she makes fun of her bougie mama thing and like budget mom, like it's just so wrong. You have money, great for you, and you live in this big old house in Jersey, but it's not always about money. Like it's crazy. Like she's just jealous because Danielle's younger, she's prettier, she's more entertaining, and I'm hoping that she's going to take your job. That's what I'm waiting for. If we got rid of Margaret and Teresa and Melissa stayed on, like I'd be willing to deal with that. I really would, because I do not like Margaret. I don't understand why no one comes for her. So the fact that she has an arsenal, like that's got to be true. She's got to have things on Melissa. I don't know why Margaret's so untouchable, and that's what Danielle was trying to say at the end to Melissa. Like, why are you getting mad at your sister-in-law? Get mad at Margaret because she's the one that supposedly is sharing these rumors to her friends, and then her friend is the one that threw her under the bus and was claiming all of these things. So it's like, yeah, why is no one going for Margaret? Even Jackie too, like she's under her thumb, and Jen Fessler. They had the Teresa wedding special, and Margaret and Jen Fessler were there, and Margaret was crying as like Teresa and Louis were coming down the aisle, which at first I was like, why the fuck is she like crying so hysterically? And she was saying that, oh, that she was sad because like she was thinking about Melissa and Joe and how they should be there for this special moment. And it's just like she's so ridiculous. So she's like such good friends with Melissa that she felt like she couldn't stay the whole night. Like she ended up leaving early. She made Jen Fessler leave with her, which was wrong. Even in like the after show, Jackie was like, I'm really close to Melissa, and like I didn't feel like I needed to leave. So that was just, it wasn't right. So the fact that they left early for the night, it's like, then you shouldn't have gone at all. Like just Rachel Fuda didn't go, so you should have done the same thing. Weddings are fucking expensive, so you wasted a plate, you know, every person, every head adds to that cost, and I'm sure Teresa could have given those seats to people that actually wanted to be there. Anyways, back to the finale. Danielle felt like she needed to give Melissa the heads up about this rumor. Ends up being that Melissa already knew about the rumor because Joe was called over to Teresa and Louis' house 6 months prior because they wanted to give him a heads up about this cheating thing about Melissa, and they didn't have him bring Melissa with him. And so that pissed her off because she's like, you know, if you really didn't believe the rumor, you would have had both of us come over. But the fact that you had him come over by himself and you told him not to tell me about it, that's what's wrong. And that's why she was so pissed off. And so she was saying, Melissa was saying that this is why Joe has been so sad this whole time, because this happened and he didn't want to say anything about it. So that's why he's been off with Teresa. But my question is, was it this or was it Pizzagate? Because when Pizzagate happened and you guys decided to share that, I heard pretty much the same exact line, like, oh, Joe's been so sad about this. That's why he's been so weird with Teresa because of this Pizzagate thing. So like, which one is it? Is it the Pizzagate? Is it the fact that they try to tell him about the cheating? I feel like their stories always change, but the one thing that is constant is that they're the victims. Teresa's the bad guy and they are the good people, and they're just trying to not fight with her and just be a family. And when really it's like none of you people give a shit about each other. Like you really don't. They are mad about Teresa bringing up Antonia's name, but at the same time, Joe Gorga said that Teresa's kids have hate in their heart. So it's like, it's tit for tat. You guys are both wrong. You guys both have done bad things to each other. And that's why everyone's over it. Like, that's why everyone's like, okay, next season, they both can't come back. Like, it has to be one or the other. And everyone has their preference. And I don't care. I think that Melissa, like, all her storyline is Teresa. Like, Teresa does this to us. Teresa, blah, blah, blah. So I can't see her being entertaining without Teresa around. Teresa can hold the show on her own. Like, she's done it this whole time. Teresa's tree huggers, or tree stumps, as Margaret called it, they really like her and they will support her. And I don't think Melissa has that kind of following or fandom. On Twitter, I constantly see like, oh, you know, retweet for Melissa or a like for Teresa. And there's always like, Teresa always gets more. People like her more. So yeah, I think it's because there's just something about the Gorgas that's like kind of off. And then I saw recently that Joe Gorga is getting sued for like $100,000 worth of like unpaid construction costs. So like they're sketchy. They're not completely upfront about things, and I don't know. I don't think they would be entertaining without Teresa. So if Melissa has to go, then so be it. I just know that they can't do the same thing that they did this season. Like, they brought in the new girls and it kind of helped for a little bit, but not so much. As of right now, they're like on pause. And I think they're just trying to figure out, what are they going to do? Is it Teresa or is it Melissa? And the first episode of the reunion was the same thing. Teresa and Melissa just going at each other. I feel like Melissa was able to kind of keep her composure, so she definitely won on this episode. It was funny when she's like putting on her lip gloss and she's like, I know you hate me, but try to calm down. It's pretty iconic. I wasn't a fan of her like hooded dress, but the blue did look good on her. Her makeup looks good. I mean, Melissa, she's pretty hot, so gotta give it to her. Teresa's outfit I liked. Dolores's I liked. I felt like Dolores kind of stood out from the rest of the girls because everyone else was like a royal blue or a gold, and she was kind of like almost like a purpley blue, so that was pretty. Don't like Rachel Fuda. Didn't like her look. Every time she talks, it's just annoying, and she's fucking rude. And I liked how Danielle was going at her, and she's like, you're ugly in your core, like with her Jersey accent or Staten Island accent. So funny. She's like, my balls dragged through the door. I can't do accents, but she is funny. I think she's a little bit more confident in herself, and so after the season finale, going into the reunion, she felt like she could handle these ladies, and she went for it. Andy asked Dolores about Pauly still being married, and she's like, yeah, he's not divorced. His divorce is not finalized yet. Apparently they didn't have a reason to like do it officially, but now he's getting it done. But I feel like the question following that should have been like, Margaret was the one who let the cat out of the bag, so like, were you upset about Margaret saying that stuff about your man and your guys' relationship? Because I thought it was shady. Like, she said it on the episode, what is it called? And just the way she said it, she's like, well, I don't think you can get married if you're still married, or something like that. Like, something just kind of shady. But yeah, again, like, no one brings up Margaret. Like, I don't get it. Margaret's losing a lot of weight, so she's like, a lot of the things that she's wearing she looks good in, but because I don't like Margaret, I'm gonna say that I didn't like her outfit. Jennifer Aiden, she's always entertaining. She was funny. I think that her outfit was like meh. So we'll see what next week's episode is going to be like. Is it 3 parts? I think it's 3 parts. Hopefully they don't drag it on. Like, I hope all 3 parts are good. They're going to bring the husbands out next week, and like Frank is going to get involved, and so yeah, we'll see. And then I'm curious to see Teresa, like, when she runs off stage and then she's like, and don't follow me. Like, it looks very cringy on the previews, so I hope that, I don't know. I hope that she kind of goes, if this is her last reunion, I hope she goes out with some dignity. I think she needs to reel it in a little bit more, kind of keep her composure. She keeps talking like, I'm so glad that this is the last time that I'm going to see you, or I'm going to have to speak to you. And Melissa's like, oh yeah, we're like, where are we going? Or where am I going? She's like, you're not coming back. And it's just funny because even Andy was like, oh, she's not? Like, that's news to me. Like, Teresa's a little bit overconfident in herself. So if she's the one that they end up letting go, like, that's going to be a little embarrassing, because she was definitely thinking that it's going to be Melissa at the reunion, and she's definitely acting that way. So hopefully she doesn't have to eat her words. We'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of give her like a little mini spin-off or something, like if they're trying to bow her out. I think that's how they do it. I don't think Andy will do her dirty, but who knows? Like, you never know with Bravo and all these production companies and whatnot. But that's it for today. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate you being here. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I would so appreciate it. The other thing that you could do that's totally free, doesn't cost you anything, is subscribe to my channel. I put out videos every week talking about reality TV and entertainment news. It's just like we're hanging out, talking shit. So I would so appreciate you subscribing. I hope to catch you on my next video. Bye, guys.
Can pull me from the dark.